My name is Norman Denler. I'm Director at Kids International Ministries.
What are the main ministries here at Kids International Ministries?
With Kids International Ministries, we have 4 primary ministries, and they are the children's home, the school, Quattro Christian School, community ministry, and those are things like feedings, outreach, all those types of things. And then we have team ministries, where we have teams come and help us with the ministries that we do. And we consider teams to actually be a ministry of Kids International Ministries.
How do you see Kids International Ministries impact the community around you?
This community in Quattro has been transformed in many ways, but we very much look for how we can meet the physical needs of people, and in that way show the love of Christ to the point that we are able to share Christ with them and make a difference in them long term in their lives. We're not about just meeting the physical needs. That's just one piece of it. But God has a purpose for us to be here. We're about breaking the cycle of poverty, the cycle of darkness, spiritual darkness in the community. A lot of the people who live in the community, they have lived there for their entire lives. Their parents have lived there, their grandparents have lived there, their great-grandparents have lived there. They look at where they live and they say, this is who I am. Where they live defines who they are. And they don't feel like they have any way out. And through the school, through the children's home, through each one of the different ministries, what we're trying to communicate to people is there is a better way. Christ is the center of everything we do, and spiritually that is the first thing we want to change. But then we also want to make a difference in their life in physical ways as well. The food that they eat, and the water they drink, and their houses, and all of that type of stuff.
How have you seen Kids International Ministries affect one child's life?
I can tell you about Arnold. He's a kid in the community. He lives in the middle of one of the squatters' community. He's probably been in the ministry ever since we started. He started going to Quattro Christian School. He just started being involved in ministry. When teams would come, he would just hang out with the teams. He learned English really, really well as he did that, so he'd be able to interact more with teams when they were here. He's passionate about sports. And so he would bring teams in and bring them into the community and do sports ministry in his community. At one point in time, this was just a couple of years ago, Arnold came to us and he had finished school and he said, you know what, I'd like to go on YWAM, on a mission trip. So he went on a mission trip for 6 months. He recently came back from that mission trip and now he works at Kids International Ministries. He's a team host. He brings teams around and shows them his community, and he tells them about people, tells stories, and really hooks teams that come and helps them to be able to reach into the community. And he translates for them, and he introduces them to kids who have needs and people who have needs.
What's the change that you would say you've seen in the community around Kids International Ministries?
The change is kind of hard to describe because you just know it when you see it. You meet a kid who has lived in this community all their lives, and they've gone to Quattro Christian School, and now they're going to college. And you meet with them and talk with them about the change that has happened in their life. They're passionate about Jesus. They're passionate about sharing him with their neighbors. They feel like they have hope, that they aren't defined by their circumstances and defined by where they live. They feel like they can go and do anything. I also look at teams. Teams are probably my favorite thing at Kids International Ministries because we not only want to do ministry and reach out to the community, we want to do that and bring teams in and bring them side by side with us. Not to have a ministry to the teams, but to have a ministry to the people. But at the same time, what happens is people who come are transformed for the rest of their lives. When somebody leaves and they cry as they leave people who they've built relationships with. And as they leave, they say, we're coming back. This ministry has made such a difference in my life.